Hi, I'm J.M. Williams. I'm an author, a dramatist, a historian, and a million other things. But I have written 4 books I'd like to get you acquainted with. If you are into anything that's treasure related, that is archaeoastronomy, that has implications from historical buildings and reports, including things out of the Bible, the Genesis reports, that's what my books are, and you'd be excited to read them. And it's basically a series of books about these 2 young guys that stumble into a system of wave energy that creates an electric impulse that they can harvest right out of the air. It's like a static electricity, but not harmful. And because they find it, it becomes the thing everybody wants to get a hold of. It's like Tesla inventing something and Rockefeller and Ford Company and everyone else going nuts because they are sitting on something very, very valuable. The first book I wrote is The Black Mariachi. The Black Mariachi. And it's about the treasure hunting group that go into Mexico looking for clues that will ultimately save the Earth from a solar flare. This happened 16 or 17 years ago, and we're feeling the weather results now with all the earthquakes, the extra stuff, and so this is a very, very fascinating book, and they're able to discover 7 different caches of this generator that makes the electric energy, and they activate them. And because they're able to do that, it stops the effects of the solar flare. But those deposits are laid out after a constellation, the Ursa Major. And they have to hunt it down, find out where they are, and get them activated, and they're racing against time. Very fascinating book. You can get these books of mine on my webpage, which is blackmariachi.com. And I used to have them all available on Amazon, but for one reason or another, I've quit having them sell them. But you can purchase any one of these books. They're about like $18 or something, but we can take care of you anything that you want. The second book is dealing with the other part of the energy, the triangle that they find, and it has to deal with the Merkaba. There's an energy Merkaba that is a triangle that's vertical and one that's upside down, and it represents fire and water. Well, the concept is that they're looking for the aberrations that are on the other side of the planet and find them in the South China Sea. And it's equivalent of the Bermuda Triangle, but upside down, and they're going to find that. In the process, their equipment is hijacked by a Japanese gigantic businessman. And it's a very fascinating thing that they try to kidnap him and get him to sign over the papers, and the rest of the company is trying to rescue him. It's called Cosmic Chariot, and it's about how they use this energy to actually move. It's metaphysical but plausible. These wavelengths are things we're discovering more and more about, how to go faster than the speed of light, how to do a lot of things. Years ago, we didn't even understand infrared or X-ray or microwave or anything, and now we're doing amazing things with waves. And this is what this second book is all about: to discover this miracle, Merkaba energy, and they have to fight their way out of it, and finally are successful. In the process of it, they find people who have been literally abducted into another time warp, a warp that's parallel with ours because this wave has disrupted. All of the people that we found missing, from Amelia Earhart to the guys that went down in the Devil's Triangle, Bermuda Triangle, all of these people are somewhere, and they uncover how this happens. It's a very fascinating book, and they're able to get back in the process. In the process of relocating their own friends, they are able to pick up a child that's in the forest down on Christmas Island down by Australia, and nobody knows where he came from or what his thing is. But it turns out that he's directly descended from the early Egyptian pharaohs, the very first part of them. And so this has to deal with how the pyramids were done, why they were built, the energies that work with them, and they want this boy. So it gets into trafficking. They steal him. And this book gets into trafficking with my hero, a Hotaner, having to track him halfway around the world to save his adopted son. And it's a fascinating book about history, about Egypt, about everything you can imagine on the energy scale. They're able to save and solve the problems that we're looking at with what they call climate damage and control and heat and the melting ice caps and every other thing we hear about all the time. They get in and solve this. And so it's a fascinating book, and I've just finished the fourth book. I have it up for sale. The name of it is Alpha Cipher, and it's based on the Bible code that they have discovered since computers got to be a big deal. And it tells what really happened in Genesis in the beginning, how mankind got here, what they came on, and what their purposes were, and follows it all down to today and the battles in Israel, in Gaza, the war with Hamas and Hezbollah and Yemen, and all of the rest of the final wrapping up scene. This is a fascinating look at history from the beginning of Garden of Eden times to today. It's almost like I was a prophet and wrote down what was going to happen. It's a really, really good book. I'd recommend you get a hold of all these and get on my website, check it out. You'll enjoy it if you love to read. I do have audio books available, and I have downloads for people who still do Kindle and take the writing with them. So get in touch with me, give me a call. Let's get this show on the road, as they say.